Good afternoon, world.
We're live in from Oslo. This is my calendar.
This is the tiny boxes where she finds the rituals.
It's actually Oslo in miniature.
Miniature. Where do you live?
I live in this tree.
The tiny box.
I live in the church.
Yeah, that makes sense. I live back here, way nobody knows where.
It's 1st of December.
Welcome.
Welcome. How are you doing, Anniken?
I'm doing good. I've been skiing.
You've been skiing.
I've been skiing, and it was funny because actually people it was like a bunch of, went to Skeikampen, which is nobody knows about in the world, but it's like a tiny little village. And nobody knows of it. But yeah, it was so beautiful. It's like a ski city or something, like a little.
So this is cross-country skiing we're talking about now, yeah?
So beautiful, and it was beautiful weather, almost like this. It kind of looked like that actually, with like stars, the sun. It was amazing, sun and the stars at the same time in my world. Anyways, and we were going cross-country skiing, and then it was like two major buses that had like a lot of guys.
Really?
At the same time, because this was like on a Wednesday. Nobody goes, like, it's not the season, because in Norway everyone goes to our cabins in the weekends because normal people work. Me and my friend, we do not work. So, so it was like a bunch of guys, and it was like I was like a little bit like tired. I didn't really want to go skiing, and then when you have 16 cute guys from the UK, behind you, I'm like. And like, yeah, I felt like really like I got motivated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you wearing your fabulous outfit?
I was.
Yeah.
But it got so hot in that little suit that I had to it was just like sweating. And then you see the guys walk past me, and I was like, I hadn't washed my hair for 4 or 5 days. So I don't think I looked very sexy. And my friend took photos of me, and I look like a cow because I'm like, my whole body is like this. And I think I'm like really you have like one of the good skiers in Norway that's world known, but I look like an old cow. So I need to work on my skills.
So the bus was filled with hot guys from the UK?
Well, there were 16, 17, 18.
So was it the local rugby team or?
Probably, yes. From the UK. I don't know.
Or the local skiing team, maybe?
Maybe, no, because they were not good.
They were not good?
No. And one of them was wearing so much cologne that, it was like... It was, but it was a motivation. Yeah.
Did you talk to them?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
And what did you say to them? Let's just do this.
let's do it, dude. Right here. Take my ski dress off. No, he was like, unskjold. I was like, that's what I said, because I got nervous because he was really hot. And then I was like, Merete, how do I look? And yeah, it was
quite an experience.
It was, because there's nobody there except for me, my friend, and 16 guys. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. Other than that, I'm good. How about you? I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah. You've been also in the cold weather up north.
I have.
Yes.
It was an experience too.
Yes.
It was really good. I'm super happy.
Yes, I can see your sparkly eyes more than usual, actually.
I'm very happy. It was very sweet. It was a really good time. I got to see the Northern Lights.
Yes.
We were in this bubble bath outside. We saw star seed.
Seeds? Star seeds. The seeds of the sky. Also known as stars. Seeds of the sky. Stardust? No, star...
Oh, stardust.
Sparkling stars. I don't know. The thing that goes like this. That one, I don't know. Can someone help us here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Shooting stars.
Shooting star seed.
Of course, yes.
So we saw that. It was super romantic. Yeah. And
it was a bunny there as well, which is ridiculously romantic. And it's almost like, do we believe that? It's like a little bunny jumping around.
It's true. Yeah. It was we were laying outside, we were watching the stars. It was super cold, hot in the tub, and then this little bunny comes. White little bunny comes.
I would probably take my gun and be like, "Poof."
You probably
I
would.
probably would. Just to show off my hunting skills, poof. And also, I don't like it too romantic. It would be like, so just to balance it a little bit out.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
No,
but,
of course, no. It's normal reaction
Yeah.
the way you do it. Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what happens next. We live far from each other. And I don't know exactly, like, I am filled up with a lot of emotions, and it's still like it's in me right now, so it's difficult to like know exactly how to both handle it and what to think what's next. And but I'm happy and also kind of nervous, but yeah. So I think it's difficult, and it's right now, so I'm still
You're in the middle of it.
yeah.
Yeah. That makes things very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not the most easier to talk about to the world,
No. So, but do you have any experience with long distance relationships or anything like, or have you experienced anything like this?
I have experienced love. Yes, I have that.
Do you have an experience with
One
love?
time
One
in
time.
1987 when I was born. No, yeah. I was very much in love with a guy from Australia when I lived there, and we had some long distance relationship because every time I went home it was like 3 months, but that was 3 months and not permanent. But also when my kind of time was up in Australia, it was my bachelor degree. You know, it was we thought about it, like maybe he will come to Norway, I will come to Australia, or maybe like Fiji. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I was also very young. I was like 22, so it was a different mindset. So I think it's more difficult the older you get. The next relationship I had was when I was 25, and he lived 4 hours away in Norway. And at that moment in time, I was like, "Fuck no! Like I'm not living there. Like that's 4 hours away. Like I don't know if they even have movies or theaters
They
or
probably
something.
didn't.
They probably don't. Like I don't know. Do they have malls? I don't know. No, but yeah, it was a different time because of your age. So I think the older you get, you are more serious. You have also kind of planted, I don't know, roots in your life. Like you got a job, you have your network, especially you, because you do have like a lot of network in Oslo and friends and family and all these things. And, like I have my sister with 2 kids. So these things will have a bigger effect on me now than it would when I was 25, even 25, but also younger. So I can see that it's probably a lot of things going on in one's head when you're like have met someone that's far away. But
Actually, I think if I should try to describe the feeling, it just appeared like it just came to me. I think that I like him so much that I'm so scared that it won't become anything, or that the distance will ruin it, kind of. So it's I think that's what I think I'm mostly afraid. Like that's why that's the because it means a lot, and now it's a time in my life where it's important, and you hear all these different like stories, but and then back to the expectations, like how I foresaw my life or what I want, and maybe it doesn't become like that, and then you have 1,000 opinions on all of these things. So I think I really need to just yeah, you can't plan everything.
no, and like you are also, I don't know if you're like a planner, but you have a certain, yeah, like you said, like a view of like what your life will be. So when that kind of something interrupts that, I can understand that would be a little bit scary. And it's like, that's not the plan. Like, I have a plan. We need to follow that because that was my plan. So, but I think like if you can, like maybe after a while, maybe let it go if that's natural for you or not. Like, it will probably works itself out. I just believe that like if you ever, like both parts wants to, it's always a solution for that. But of course, it's very scary. Like the moment you're in love, it's like the most terrifying. Everything is terrifying. Like even if he were to be here, I would be terrified 24/7. Like I wouldn't sleep. I would lose a
But a
lot of
good thing
weight.
is that he's
I'll be very skinny. Yeah. Yeah.
no, but a good thing is that he's a good communicator.
Yeah.
And that kind of calms me down.
Yeah, that's essential.
And he's like stable.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. And that's a really important thing, I think, when you have that feeling. I had that with the Australian boyfriend. I felt like he was really, really my best friend. And when you have that feeling, you're kind of, even if it's a lot of unsafe factors, when you feel like you met that type of like a soulmate in a way, it's the foundation makes it safer in a way. And you kind of feel like, even if people don't speak about it, kind of felt like if me and him wanted to work it out, we would, because it's just like, it's if you want it, it's there for, well, at least for me and him. I felt like that, and we didn't really speak about it, but I felt like that's really like an unspoken thing, because you have that connection. That's really like beautiful.
So that's what's up in my life.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
How's everything with you?
Good. I've been except from being skiing a lot lately. No, I've been on interviews. I've gone on a couple of interviews. So they've been one of them, actually, I said that I didn't want to proceed with the process.
Okay.
So I said no.
Okay.
Which is the first time in my life I said no. I said no to jobs before, but then you have an option. So you have I got a different job options, right?
Yeah.
But this one, I was like, I don't have anything. But I just felt like it wasn't right for me at this like time and place.
Yeah.
And that felt very weird and a little bit scary, but also like the right decision for me. So that was a really cool process to be in. And usually, because I usually recruit a lot, and I hate people like me because I know what I want. So I would never, ever like apply for a job that I might not want. Like I would be like all in usually. And I hate those people that are like, oh, I just thought about it after 3 meetings with you and I don't want the job after all. I was like, fuck you. Like I used so much time and energy. But now I'm that person. So that feels a bit weird, but also really cool.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing because you're in a situation where you need a job at some point. So to have the guts to say no because it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
That's strength. And it is a
Hopefully.
process for you, like we've talked about, and for me to say no to something.
Yeah.
It often takes more to say no to something than to just say yes and go along with it.
Yeah. It's so much easier to just say yes.
Yeah.
But now it's a no. Yeah. So I said no to that one. And then the other job that I wanted, they said no to me. So it's a balance in the universe.
Yeah. So now we're back to scratch.
Yes. So I don't have a job. So if anyone out there wants to give me a job.
Anyone.
Yes, anyone. I can do anything. No. Yeah. So and the last job I had what do you call it? Mouth diarrhea. Like I couldn't stop saying dumb shit.
I think it's called a verbal diarrhea.
Verbal diarrhea. That's what I had. It's like I couldn't stop. Like I'm even now I'm like cringing because I said so much dumb shit. Like I was just, I was in love with this dude at my other firm, and I ate a whole pizza and panna cotta was his dessert yesterday, and I couldn't move for 4 hours. Like who says that in the interview? It's not good.
In what context?
I don't know. Like it's just like she spoke so much. Like she really like if you were to put her and me next to each other, you would say that she spoke a lot more than me. But the few times I spoke, I was like, I need to say something, and then this came out. And then also I think the worst thing was like she was from originally from Turkey. What do you call it? The country?
Yes.
You know the country Turkey, yeah. And yeah, that says. And we talked about like what are you ethnical as I don't know this in English, but
ethnic diversity.
Yeah, and I said the wrong words like throughout the whole interview, and I said ethnical or I just said something similar, but it's like
ethic.
I said ethic throughout the interview. I was like, yeah, ethic diversity is really important, and you have to be on that ethic diversity. And she was like, and I didn't understand that before. After when I went home, and I was like, what? Oh my God, it was something wrong with that sentence, but I didn't understand it before afterwards. And then also the worst thing was that she was a Muslim. So she told me that like, oh yeah, I eat a halal and stuff like that. I was like, oh, and she told me this good story that when she started this top at the company as like a top CEO or something like that, people around her were very like, meet her demands, or not demands, that's the wrong word, but wanting to accommodate her. And I was like, oh, that's really, really important. And I know what you're talking about, because I have a lot of friends that like it's a vegan, and I have to make vegan food for them, and that's really important to kind of feel, it's like what the fuck,
You're
like
trying to be relatable.
yes, a Muslim person, like with all what that's not easy probably a lot of time. A woman, a Muslim, and then I'm like talking about my girlfriends that's vegan, and I'm like, no wonder she said no to me. That's. But she said she liked me, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, she liked you.
Yeah, she loved me. Yeah, so yeah, no job for me. But
Yet. But I think this is something that people can really relate to, because this is a super sensitive topic.
Thank you.
It's very easy to say like the wrong thing, or you're so afraid to say something wrong that you will just say something to make other people feel well.
Yeah.
And in this situation, I also have to say, like, if she talks a lot and it's your interview, she doesn't how do you say, like, empower you to be
She
your
wanted me to
best.
fail. Yeah.
I'm just trying to say it's not your fault that you didn't get it. No.
Thank you. And this comes from you. Like, you work with this stuff, so that's a good feeling.
As an HR professional, you don't need to know this. No problem at all.
It's really bad. Yeah, well, I'm a human being. I don't know.
First and foremost.
First and foremost, human being. And then, but usually I do actually interviews pretty well, and I'm pretty smooth. But this was like, I don't know. I felt a little bit dumb. I felt like I was scared that I said something wrong, that like I didn't think like she got offended. I didn't, but at the same time, I felt like I'm smarter than that. I should have said it a little, like I shouldn't have. I don't know. I should have handled it a little bit better. But and then also I feel like I experienced my stuff, so that's why I feel like I can relate to feeling less than, like as a woman. And also like I've experienced it in the other way around as well, where my ex-boyfriend, he was a Papua New Guinean, so, and he had a lot of family, and I felt like an outsider as well. And I'm not saying that you can compare, it's just I felt like in that moment I try to probably, trying to, I don't know, what did you say before, you try to
accommodate?
No, or just like relate,
yeah.
And then sometimes I just feel like when you say it out loud, it's like, no, you can't really. But yeah, so.
No, but I do think that this is a super sensitive and obviously a complex topic, and that it's important to actually address it, because when you're too afraid to talk about these things, it ends up with we don't want to talk about it at all. So even if you try to just like, yeah, my friend is vegan, and it's it's important to accommodate everyone, and I feel like that is because you're under pressure.
Yeah,
it didn't make you look like, it doesn't reflect what you actually know about the topic.
No, I hope not.
And I also think it's important to say that I mean, we're two white people talking about this, and in Norway, I would say that ethnic minorities have different experiences in Norway as well. So you can't just say, like, you can't speak for everyone, and she has her experiences, and but I think also that it is important for in a workplace situation, or if you work with HR, or even if you're a leader or manager, you should know something about the differences between the different ethnic minorities, and you should or I've spent a lot of time also trying to learn and understand what type of stereotypes and prejudice, and even pure racism, that a lot of people experience every day of their life. But also that doesn't reflect that's not everyone's story.
No, and that's what's interesting, because she was really cool. She said that because she has worked a lot with this, like, different programs, and she's been very involved in this because she worked with HR as well. So, and she said that, like, it doesn't really matter, and then she says that about recruiting as well. Like, it doesn't matter like what you look like, whatnot. Like, just like get good people, and then think about like having langsiktig, like a long term, or like a vision for your company, that you want all type of people. And that's also always been my type of the way I think about diversity as well. Like make room for every kind of people. And then she said that I totally agree with as well. Like, you have to meet that person. And that's what I thought I tried to do. Like, you meet that person for who they are, not if she's a Muslim person or from Turkey. Like, it doesn't really, and she said that back to me as well. So, and I really like that. But of course, like if you, yeah, that's pretty much what I.
But I also think that you shouldn't, like, in an ideal world, yes, if we are in a meeting, everyone will be equally as, if they will feel free to speak and feel like they can be themselves and everything. But in some industries where it is really conform culture, or if you are really everyone looks the same, they have the same type of language, they have the same type of clothing, and then you are the only person with brown skin or some type of visible ethnic minority, regardless of whether you're born in Norway or born in another country, that will make that person might or may not, but they will need to be encouraged to talk in a room where they want to blend in, but they don't, like, and that's not their fault. Like, they're equally as they should be in that room together with everyone else. But because of their history and because of all their previous experiences, this is something that will...
The more vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's definitely...
and that's our responsibility. That's what I'm saying.
I agree. And I think it's always interesting because she's from Turkey and I'm from Norway and white. And so I also thought, like, yeah, that's good, but you can't. That's why we have all these people that, like you, that works for like these programs to help, especially definitely like companies that is very male dominated, white dominated, to maybe start to think about exactly how that might feel for people with minority backgrounds, or if it's a lot of men, for women, make them think about this a little bit, be reflective about it, and help them a little bit on the way. So I think it's both sides, but I agree. Yeah. In an ideal world, that would be great, just to meet that person for who they are and what they say, or maybe not say sometimes, but, and accept them. But we're not there at all yet. I think still, even in Norway, I think we're far from, but still felt a little bit dumb. I did.
But it's allowed. I think this is the key thing, is that in order for us to move forward, we will need to say something's wrong. We will have to meet each other. We would have to meet, like, ethnic minority people would have to be a little patient with white people trying to, like, and I can totally understand that the patience is gone in some situations. I really do, because I can also relate, like, as a woman and everything. And white people can also, like, it is also our responsibility to actually know what kind of prejudice ethnic minorities are met with, and just be conscious of it and be mindful of it. Yeah. And I also think that, just going back to the corporate world, I think that a lot of the programs and everything for diversity, we always focus on the minorities. What we should do is focus on the majorities, because that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
So we don't need these women's groups or like diversity groups. We should talk to the majority, because that's where the culture is made, because there are most of them.
Need to infiltrate the white men 50.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that the diversity groups are, like, how to say, resource groups aren't valuable, because they are. And in a really male-dominated world or corporation, if you are a few women, that networks needs to, like, that has real value. But I also think that in that situation, the men also need to be aware of what it's like to be a woman in that.
I agree. It's more like the groups are more like for backing each other, whereas like you said, changing the culture is for the majority. And I totally agree. But then they have to understand it. Try to understand a little bit, yeah. Or so actually a lot, but yeah.
That was a huge topic. We wrapped up into a couple of minutes of...
Yeah, but it was good. It's interesting and it's important, and I think we don't get enough. We need to keep talking about these things, so
I'm happy that you shared your little your vegan experience.
My vegan experience. Yes, you're welcome.
So
great. See you next time, dude.
See you next time.